final a 3-2 nail-biter against New Brunswick yesterday at the downtown arena.
Picking up the puck here is Ballmer. Ballmer gets it up for McDonald. McDonald crossing in over the blue line. Tries to get it in deep, but that one gets taken away. Ballmer once again with it down and low. Tried a centering pass, and that one gets knocked away from safety by Rory Aiken. Ballmer gets it in deep, then goes off for a change. The goaltenders in this one, we have Maggie Johnston, the netminder for Prince Edward Island. And then once again, we'll have Wynn Anderson-Lindsay in between the pipes for Team Yukon. Wynn Anderson-Lindsay leading the entire tournament with 115 saves.
Yeah, she has faced a lot of shots, and Yukon has let a lot of shots. They've played 3 games, and they've let 50 shots in all 3 of those games so far. So I think a big point for Yukon to make is trying to limit the shot of south of 50 would be something, an accomplishment to say the least. And last time they played Prince Edward Island, it was 52-10 the shots on net in that one. So hopefully that Yukon can balance the scoring out a little more, balance the shot outs, as like you said, Wynn Anderson-Lindsay has certainly been up to the task in this one.
Score clock actually gave Anderson-Lindsay a save when that rolling puck just got a game to her.
I mean, you don't get a whole lot easier saves than that one.
No, I guess not, but puck comes down into the PEI zone. Circling back for to Chisholm. Around the boards now, picked up by Flynn. Flynn trying to get it out, kept in by Lees. Lees with a goal for the Yukon Territories here in this tournament. 3 games, 3 goals for Yukon. We'll see if they could try and score 2 in this one. For them, it's all about incremental improvements throughout the tournament. Shot taken, that goes wide. Getting to the puck now is Handerhand. Handerhand gives it away to Lees. Here comes Lees. In over the blue line. She's got a man with her. Lees stops up. Centering pass tipped and not able to get it on net as that goes up into the mesh, so we'll get a stoppage in play.
A lot of speed that time by Lees on the far side boards, and another opportunity that time. That was number 18, Cayman Ostrich, who got her stick on that and flipped that just up above the net and into the netting. Just a bit of an angle switch on that one, and it could have been Yukon getting their first lead of this tournament. So definitely some encouragement coming from the Yukon team, getting some offensive chances, and let's see if they can continue that and even build off of this 0-0 game, trying to get that lead.
Puck goes up to the point to Aiken. Cross ice for Stewart. Handerhand with it once again in the corner. Ends up giving it up though. Skating up the pike here is Piper Fordham. Dumping it in and chasing in after it now is Kirk. Getting to it first, though, is Prince Edward Island. Aiken. Giveaway in front to Nicholson. Nicholson tries to take a quick shot on net, and a good stop there made by Johnston.
I don't think Nicholson realized how much room she really had. There was nobody in front of that goal. She could have skated and had a quick shot on. Instead, she did get a good shot, but another great save that time from Prince Edward Island's Maggie Johnston.
Joy Morin coming the other way, 2-on-1 for Yukon, and Morin elects to take a shot, ends up in the feet and back into the corner, went off of Sarah McEachern. Good defensive play there. And McEachern has it now behind her own net. Coming up with it. Backhand shot, hits the side of the net there. Centering pass, unable to get there. Chisholm takes a shot, tipped in front. Good save there by Anderson-Lindsay. Ezard with it behind the net. She's being pressured. Nicholson plays it off the boards. Nicholson losing handle of the puck. UConn unable to get it out. PEI still providing some pressure here. Nicholson, maybe this will be a chance for her to get it out, and actually ends up hitting her own teammate, but she's able to spin and fire it down the ice was Isabel Ostrich. And Zoe Lees picks up the puck in over the blue line now. Jacqueline Mix plays it out to center. Picked off once again by UConn. Smith and McLeod not able to get it in deep. Ends up back into the UConn territory. Flynn centering pass, shot taken. Blocker stopped there by Anderson Lindsay. Flynn with it in the corner. Finally, UConn is able to get it out. They're going to send it down the ice, and it looks like it's not going to have enough for an icing as Aiken gets to it first. That'll allow UConn to make a change here.
Yeah, that's a great play that time. That dump just shy of the red line, so they were able to make the change. Often you'll see the teams just trying to do that, but it goes a little far going for that icing call, and they aren't able to make that change. And a lot of tired bodies for UConn as they make that change once again. A lot of time in the defensive zone for UConn.
Out in front, another shot, another save made by Anderson Lindsay, and we get a pretty quick whistle off that one. 12:08 remaining, UConn territory still hanging in here. It's 0-0.
Yeah, Anderson Lindsay, like we've said before, has faced a lot of shots in this tournament. 84 in that first one against Newfoundland and Labrador. She made 69 saves, so certainly a good save percentage in that one, as she still is in the top of the save percentage, even though she's given up almost 25 goals.
Linkletter around the boards. Picked up once again by Linkletter. McDonald with it behind the net. Centered out in front, and that one doesn't quite make it into the net. It gets picked off. UConn able to escape the zone. Trying to send it down there was Chaluliak. Can't get the puck past UConn, and they'll dump it in. Icing waved off. Coming out to play it is Maggie Johnston. And here comes Prince Edward Island. Pass goes up to Thompson. Already with 2 goals in this tournament. Thompson has a man going to the net. Thompson, centering pass out in front, unable to connect on that pass. Going back forward is Morin. Unable to get it out. It's kept in at the blue line. Backhanded down the ice once again by Kyra Summers. So UConn going to have to go back and retreat the puck. Ostrich, she's got some space now. Finally, they're able to get it out. Only gets it to about the other side of the blue line. And once again, PEI deciding to get it right back into the UConn zone. Nicholson tries to dangle past a couple of PEI defenders. Couldn't do it. Able to get the puck right back, though. And then a giveaway once again out in her own zone. It's Tiana Gallant. Aiken tries to feed Gallant, can't do it. Bulmer chasing in after it. She gets to it first. Kept in at the point by Aiken. Aiken's shot gets blocked in front. Puck heading towards the corner. Getting to it first is McLeod. No goals so far. Halfway through this hockey game, just 9:20 remaining, or halfway through the first period, rather. 9:20 remaining here in the opening frame. You got to think UConn is probably pretty happy about what's going on so far. Usually they are down by a sizable margin pretty early in these games.
Yeah, 0-0 about 11 minutes into this game, and I'm not going to say that they've had a lot of chances, but they've certainly done very good in the defensive end of getting the puck quickly and trying to dump that down to their wingers. And really, if that can continue to do that, they have some speed on the wing. So if they can break into the offensive zone with that speed and have players trailing towards the net, that's how they're going to score these goals, and that's how they're going to take this lead. And they're going to continue to do that, but Prince Edward Island is certainly the better team in this one so far, but it's not a very offensive game, Mike. 5-1 the shots already with 8.5 left to go in period number 1.
McDonald sends the puck in around for Linkletter. Back for McDonald. With it now is McCabe. Back from McDonald. PEI doing a good job moving the puck around, and eventually that one gets stopped up by Yukon. Trying to get it out here, but kept in there by the defenseman pinching in. That was Jacqueline Mix. Puck lodged up along the boards. Finally comes loose to McDonald. McDonald tries to flip it out in front and unable to get a stick on that one. Going hard to the net was Carly Thompson. And puck's out in front. Anderson Lindsay locates it and smothers it. She'll get the whistle. 7:37 remaining. Still a 0-0 hockey game.
Yeah, although the game seems a little slow, the game is going by actually pretty fast. There's a lot of flow in this game. Not really a whole lot of whistles being blown so far in this one. That one's the first in quite a while, as Anderson Lindsay will cover that one up, and there will be a face-off towards the right. Anderson Lindsay will have to be on her game this one, as she's certainly gave up a flurry of goals, but also the Yukon defense is doing a very good job of limiting the shots, getting the shooting lanes and getting the passing lanes and stopping any Prince Edward Island attack so far, and it's shown on the scoreboard. It's 0-0 in a spot that Yukon certainly does not see themselves in these games very often, as a 0-0 hockey game.
Just kind of show you how dominant PEI was here in the round robin, here in Group C, outscoring their opponents 20-2 in the 3 games of round robin. Obviously, we spoke about the 13-1 victory over Yukon in the first game.
And then, of course, that heartbreaking loss to New Brunswick yesterday, in which that game would have sent them to the medal round. Unfortunately, they're going to be playing in these placement games. But certainly a good finish for Prince Edward Island to compete with the teams that are in these top groups and show that they are on the rise in the hockey world, and they certainly can continue to be better. And in 7th place was their best result in 2011. That's 7th place. They got 10th place last year, and it looks like they are the top team to finish in that 9th spot, as they will be playing a lot of their groups that they've played already in the preliminary round. So we'll see how Prince Edward Island can do in this one.
Centering pass out in front, and that one gets redirected wide of the net. A shot again, blocked in front by the defenseman. Bulmer doing a good job. Bulmer also clearing out the garbage in front of the net. Puck down low for Gallant, spinning pass, unable to connect on that one. Yukon with it in their own zone. Bulmer, puck kind of skips over her stick for a second. In the skates of Ostrich, and that one gets picked up here by the defenseman. Tries the centering pass, poke checked. Picking it up now is Fordham. Bulmer loses hand 11, and it's down low. Flynn chasing in after it for PEI. Out in front and not able to get a shot off. It just rolls to the goaltender, and hanging on to that one is going to be Wynn Anderson Lindsay.
Mike, we've talked about it already, how if Yukon can head into the break at 0-0, that is job well done for Yukon. They've already let in 13 goals in the first period. The best they've done heading into the break, they were down 3-1 in Northwest Territories in their last game. So certainly 0-0 with 5.5 left to go in the first period is a massive stride for Yukon. And if they can go into the break with a lead, if they can get a quick break on, we've already seen a couple 2-on-1s for Yukon. If they can go in and maybe bury one of those going with the lead, that's a massive accomplishment for Yukon.
Certainly would be. And this would be a big upset I know that they're battling for those bottom 4 spots here, but it would still be a pretty big upset going from losing 13-1 to pulling off a win in the placement rounds. And here comes UConn for that chance you talked about, coming in on a 2-on-1. And Chaluliak not able to come away with it. PEI coming back the other way. In over the blue line. Puck dropped off for Handrahan. Fordham able to get it out of the zone. Handrahan plays it back. Puck now on the stick of Gabriel McDonald, and a shot taken there. No rebound. Covering that one up quickly is Anderson Lindsay. 4:21 remaining here in the first period.
Yeah, Anderson Lindsay had to make a good stop. A couple bodies in front of her, and she located that puck quickly and was able to square up and catch that one right above her pad. So another good save by Anderson Lindsay, and she'll cover that one up. She's made eight saves in this one, and 8 pretty quality scoring opportunities for Prince Edward Island, and Anderson Lindsay has been up to the task once again.
Mix tries to send it down low. It got tipped in front but went wide. With it now is Chloe Hawes, already with 3 goals in this tournament. Mix fires one. That one goes wide of the net. Hawes picks it up at the side of the goal. She takes a shot blocked in front. Here comes Maddie Nicholson. Tries to get the puck up to Joy Morin, but unable to handle the pass cleanly. Summers. Puck gets dumped down into the UConn zone. Chasing after it is Bulmer. Hawes hard in on her, forcing a turnover. Hawes around the boards. Shot taken from the point by Aiken. Another point shot. That one gloved up by Wayne Anderson Lindsay. Flashing the leather a la Martin Brodeur in the red and black.
Yeah, Anderson Lindsay, a nice glove save, and she kind of flashed that a little bit at the end too. And it's getting closer and closer to a scoreless first period, as this one is a very good first period for UConn and Prince Edward Island, although they are controlling the pace of play a lot of time, the offensive zone. UConn's doing a great job of getting in the way and blocking shots, and the ones that they don't block, Anderson Lindsay has been up to the task.
And it looks like we're going to get our first penalty of the game. I think it's going to be a hooking call going against Sarah McEachern from Canoe Cove, Prince Edward Island. So UConn, with 3:04 remaining, will head to the man advantage and maybe try and jump out to their first lead here at the Canada Games this year. Yeah, UConn without a power play goal so far in this tournament, but now would be certainly a pretty good time to get one. Prince Edward Island was perfect on the penalty kill in the preliminary round. They did give up a power play goal to New Brunswick yesterday's game, so let's see if they can bounce back and go a perfect penalty kill in this one, or if UConn can get their first power play goal of the tournament. Also, some breaking news for those baseball fans out there. Bryce Harper finally signing. He'll be going to the Philadelphia Phillies, for those who care. Who doesn't care? Coming in over the blue line is the captain, Maddie Nicholson. Makes a nice move to get around Aiken. Nicholson with a shot goes off the stick of Scoot Stewart. Bulmer with it at the point. She takes a shot on goal, doesn't end up making it. Aiken picks up the puck, tipped all the way down the ice. Coming out to play it is Lindsay, but she plays it right to Paige Deegan. Next come off here. Almost looking like the downtown arena over there with it coming off so easily. Yeah, that's something that we saw, I guess, Tuesday, I guess it was, that we were at the downtown arena. And, yeah, the net would come off at least 3 or 4 times in a period. The Centurion much better at keeping the net on the pegs. And, yeah, that was from pretty hard contact, so understandably the net did come off. Going back to Maddie Nicholson, the Whitehorse Natives, plays for Shawnigan Lake, is really the forefront of this team. A lot of skill that time by Maddie Nicholson. As you saw, she had that chance on the power play where she got by a couple of defenders and just shot that one high and wide. If UConn has any chance of getting in, it has to go through Maddie Nicholson, who is the forefront of this attack. 52 seconds remaining for UConn to try and score here on the power play. Ostrich over to Fordham. Fordham able to get the puck loose. Kirk sent it in on goal. I believe Johnson got a piece of that. And Johnson will glove that one down. Minute 37 remaining here. 33 seconds left in the power play. UConn sending out their top unit to try and score.
Although nothing's on the scoreboard so far, UConn has had some moments of excellence in this power play. They had that one chance for Prince Edward Island. They had about 20 seconds in the UConn zone. But for the most part, it has been in this side of the rink. So UConn has some moments of excellence, like I said, and let's see if they can build on that and try and put one by Maggie Johnston.
Stewart with the puck off the draw. Able to send it all the way down. Not what you wanted if you're a UConn to start off that one. Just 22 seconds left here. So time for one last rush, you would think. On the power play, that is. Still another, we'll say a minute 4 after that one ends. Lees. Puck's in the corner, hand with it. And that's going to do it. Back to 5-on-5. Look at that, my math was correct. A minute 4 left in the first period.
Wow, look at that. Broadcasters can do math every now and then, too.
Hey, they'd say that, why do you go into journalism? Well, I couldn't do math. I could do quick math.
That's right.
Stewart with it. Crossing in over center ice, over the blue line. Nicholson kind of steers her into the boards, but still able to control the puck. Centered out in front. That shot goes wide. Nicholson tries to get it out. Ostrich can't get it out there. Backhand pass finally does come over to Fordham, and they're able to clear the zone. And Fordham not able to get it too deep, but UConn still able to make the change. Fordham picks up the loose puck in the neutral zone. Fordham, she takes a shot. That one goes high. Rebound, and not able to get that one as it got cleared away from the net by Mix, and a giveaway out in front. Dangerous play there. And that's going to do it here for period number 1. No goals for either side, but you gotta think that's a win for UConn heading into the second period.
Yeah, absolutely. 0-0 heading into the break is something that they probably wouldn't even thought about, but they certainly did a great job defensively and had a couple of offensive chances as well. You saw a shot at the end that time by number 13 at Piper Fordham, who almost was able to put that one past. And UConn actually has not let in less than 1 goal in any period, first, second, or third to any team. So this is a massive win for UConn, as this is the first time they've let in 0 goals in the period at the Canada Winter Games, and hopefully they can come in and continue to play like they did in the first period and make this a tight game throughout the whole 60 minutes.
Another one only on pace to give up 27 shots. So that's way under the 50 mark that we set at the beginning of the game. But there's still 2 more periods, so that could all change in the following 40 minutes.
I think, Mike, you said one of the games had 40 shots just in one period that you were able to broadcast.
I believe it was their when they played against, I think that was the PEI game.
They gave up 40 shots in the second or third period,
you said. 41 shots in the third period alone. It's kind of wild. Hopefully that doesn't happen here. We'll be right back in about 14 minutes or so for the second period here at the 2019 Canada Winter Games. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for period number 2 here between the Prince Edward Island and the Yukon Territories. I'm Mike DiStefano doing your play-by-play. Zach DeWeer taking care of color commentating duties. No score after 20 minutes of play. We head into the second period, still awaiting that first goal scorer. What'd you think of that first period, and what do you think PEI needs to do to come out and have a stronger period than they wanted to have in the first one?
It was a fairly slow period in the regard that there wasn't a whole lot of speed and there was not a whole lot of, there was not a whole lot of scoring chances. 9-2 just the shots on net, and that was a low for Prince Edward Island and a best for Yukon giving up in that category. And they've had a couple scoring chances, not a whole lot like I was saying, but a big period for Yukon, not giving up any goals, as that's a massive thing for Yukon to do in this one, and let's see if they can continue to work on that and maybe even get that lead, as we were saying, near the end of that period.
This may be something that we're overlooking a little bit, but PEI did take a little bit longer to get out to the bench to start the second period. Didn't come out until there was, what, like 25 seconds to go before puck drop to start period number 2. So maybe that was what was happening, and it was Chris Harkness, the head coach, just kind of telling PEI, look, guys, we've beat this team before. This is what we did. This is what we didn't do in period number 1. This is what we got to do here in period number 2.
And they didn't just beat them. They beat them 13-1, and it's scoreless after one period. So you got to give all the credit right now to Yukon, as they have done a great job of getting in the passing lanes and the shots that PEI has gotten on Wynn Anderson-Lindsay. Just the 9 shots she's been able to handle quite comfortably. They haven't been really high volume scoring opportunities either. So a big props to Yukon right now.
Hand with it. Back up to the point. Shot taken on net, and that one doesn't quite make it. Ends up going wide. Sent back in deep by Mix. McCabe back up for Mix. She'll send it down low. With it now is McDonald. Tries to play it over the boards. She does to Hanrahan. Gets it right back, though. Going to the net, and she'll take a shot. Rebound out in front. Oh, and a great save by Lindsay, but on a second chance, able to tuck it in the back of the net is Chloe Hawes, and that's her 4th goal of the tournament. And Prince Edward Island finally finding the back of the net. It's 1-0 PEI.
Yeah, big goal that time by Chloe Hawes to break the deadlock, and like you said, her 4th goal of the tournament, 6 points, as she has had a very offensively sound period, or tournament, I should say, in this one. And like you said, initially the save was made by Wynn Anderson-Lindsay, but a great rebound goal that time by Haas, following up her shot, and she's able to poke that through inside the post.
Largerson takes it in over the blue line. Largerson, the points leader so far in this tournament. She's got 3 goals, 5 assists for a league-leading 8 points. Thompson, down low for Hawes. So Largerson unable to pull the trigger there.
Look at that, that squeaked right through Wynn Anderson-Lindsay, right through the crease, almost in the net from a back angle, almost banked it off the pads of Wynn Anderson-Lindsay. Another great chance for Prince Edward Island. They're going to continue to pressure this Yukon defense and try and open this game up a little more. I'm sure they would have been liking to be up a little more than 1 a little early into the second period, and they're going to continue to pressurize that Yukon defense. But Yukon, they have to be strong. They have to get that puck out and make that change, as they're going to be tired. They know that, and they did a really good job in the first period. And look at this, now a quick breakaway almost by Yukon.
And chasing in after it here is Georgia Musil. Musil, and a poke check there by the defender. Knocking the puck off her stick was Carla Stewart. Here comes Gallant, 2-on-1 now for Prince Edward Island. It's Gallant with Murphy. Gallant with a shot, stopped there by Anderson-Lindsay.
Anderson-Lindsay, just 14 years of age, and on a lot of teams, she'd be by far be the youngest player on that team. But Yukon has 4 players who are younger than Anderson-Lindsay, including the backup goalie, Alex Walchuk, who is just 11 years of age. So a very young team from Yukon, and hopefully they can continue off of their success in this first period and maybe even bring that into the next Canada Games and show the world, show the province that they are not just a a liability in this tournament. They are able to compete and they are able to win some hockey games.
Now, I'll be curious to see if they do. They did this twice so far. They did it in a couple of games. I believe the PEI game as well as the Northwest Territories game. UConn, they put in Alex Walchuk about halfway through the second period, but only for about 5 minutes or so. I thought maybe it was an anomaly when it happened, and we saw it the other day against Northwest Territories. But then I was speaking with Quentin, who called the PEI game, and he said, no, they did the same thing there. So that's something that I'm going to look to see here and see if they give her a quick 5 or 10 minutes, here out here in the game.
And I really do appreciate that from the UConn team, as obviously 11 years old is an extremely young age to be competing at this best-on-best tournament. So I appreciate that they're giving her the opportunity, but not really working her too hard, as it's a very high-performance tournament as Walchuk is in. But she's giving a little time, and she's done very well, only giving up that one goal. I believe it was against Northwest Territories that Walchuk gave one up, and against Prince Edward Island, she did really well in that game as well. So Walchuk certainly has a bright future ahead of her.
Puck picked up by Hanrahan, in over the blue line. Tries to dish it off, but can't handle that one, was Deegan. Bulmer takes the puck away for UConn. Lees, give away to McDonald. Over to Hanrahan. Back in front, backhand shot, that one goes wide. McCabe with it. Back for Summers. Cross ice pass. Shot taken from Aiken, and that goes off a body and wide to the net. Sends it out in front once again as McDonald, and picking up her own rebound and shooting it right at the netminder, and hanging on to that one is Anderson Lindsay. 1-0. Prince Edward Island leads this one. 14-13 left in the second period.
Anderson Lindsay doing a good job of getting square to the puck on that one. She had the first initial chance that time, and then she quickly got that rebound, and then she was able to square up once again, giving no room to the Prince Edward Island attackers. And she will continue to do that in this one, as she's done really well. 14 saves already in this one.
Shot goes wide, picked up by Largison. Around for Thompson. Thompson works her way out towards the front of the net. She takes a shot on goal, and pouncing on that one is the netminder, so we'll get another stoppage here.
Lardison goes right to the net every single time that Prince Edward Island is on the attack, and that is why she is the leading point scorer in this tournament. Not afraid to go right in front of the net, get hit by a couple pucks, and maybe some pucks will bounce off of her and go into the net, and she'll get credit for a goal. And she goes also behind the net, and that's where she can get a lot of her assists as well, go behind the net and find that player streaking towards the goal. So a great hockey IQ for the points leader in this tournament, Heidi Lardison.
So already 16 shots on goal now, so they got 9 in the entire first period, and oh, they actually gave her a save for that. Okay, interesting. But looks like they're gonna crush the on-pace mark for 9 shots in each period, already up to 8 shots.
I think you said they were on pace for 27. After 9, they had 27. So a great first period from UConn, and not necessarily a bad one. They gave up that quick goal that time to Chloe Hawes with about 2 minutes into period number 2, but they've done a good job defensively, and when the shots have gotten past, Anderson Lindsay has been able to square up and make the save.
Makes another stop there and covers up the rebound. Now, I'm not exactly sure who's in charge of the shot clock here, but they're being very lenient with the shots on goal. I will say there's been a few where I'm like, that's not really a shot. That puck
like
just kind of rolled to her. It was a clearance, and it ended up rolling to her. Came off the boards, and she had to come out and stop it, and they're giving PEI shots for that. So a little bit unfair when you look at the shot margin, I suppose, in that sense.
So maybe when it was 84 shots against Newfoundland, maybe bring it back down to 75, but still an unbelievable amount of shots in that game from Newfoundland.
But then again, Anderson Lindsay being credited with the easy saves, so I guess she might not be upset. Puck played up to the point. Murphy loses it in the offensive zone. Bulmer with it. Bulmer, one of the ladies here for UConn, who I've been pretty excited to watch here so far today. She's been one of the better players on this team. Unable to get it deep into the zone, though, and it allows PEI to get back into UConn. Shot taken, blocked in front. Ostrich with it. She gets sandwiched into the boards by Gallant. UConn coming away with it. It's Lees. Can't get past Murphy, though. Puck finally comes loose, and it comes back to Stewart. She plays it over to the captain. Play back up to Flynn. Flynn, she'll dump it in and chase after it, and let's see if they give her a save for that one. It's now going to be a game just to watch and see if it happens. It doesn't look like they're going to.
So you never really know when it's going to be a shot and when it's not going to be.
No.
Another clever cover, excuse me, that time by Wynn Anderson Lindsay, and another face-off, Georgia left.
Flynn goes towards the net. Shot by Linkletter, and she turns and fires one. That one goes wide of the net. And we're going to get a stoppage here. Is there a penalty? Yep, it looks like we're going to get a penalty here. Jordan McDonald going to the box. Didn't quite see what happened there. Or she flipped the puck over the glass.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure of what the penalty was, but nonetheless, Prince Edward Island will be going to the power play, and a power play that's done fairly well in this one, as they scored 2 goals against UConn in their 3 opportunities, and they got another one here as a quick power play goal. I'm not quite sure. It looks like number 21 of Prince Edward Island, Sophie Flynn of Emmyvale. Prince Edward Island is going to double up the Prince Edward Island lead and make it 2-0 right on the doorstep.
Which looks like it's going to be
Tiana Gallant.
Yeah, Tiana Gallant getting the power play goal there. That's her second goal of the tournament. Didn't take too long, just 8 seconds into that power play. And it was a tripping call is what it was, so I was trying to listen to see what they said. And while listening, I took my eye off for just 1 second before I knew it. The puck was in the back of the net.
A quick goal that time by Prince Edward Island.
Really quick.
Now 1 for 1 in the power play in this one, and 3 for 4 on the power play against UConn in this tournament.
Hanrahan over to McCabe. McCabe feeds it out in front. That shot just gets redirected wide of the net. Hanrahan for McDonald. McDonald has McCabe going to the net. Hanrahan plays it back to McDonald for Murphy with a shot. And right there to make the stop, sliding over to her left, was Wynn Anderson Lindsay.
And now it is the time where this was about when Alex Walchuk was able to go in for UConn. So keep your eye on the UConn bench, as currently Walchuk is just sitting down, but she may start to get loose, get ready to go in. You never know in these kind of games when it is, you are still in the game. So I don't know if you want to put in Walchuk, your younger goaltender, and Wynn Anderson Lindsay, who has done very well in this game, as you are still into it. It's only 2 goals. So if UConn can keep going on and get a couple offensive opportunities, maybe you keep Wynn Anderson Lindsay in net, and if you give up a few more, maybe you give the nod to Alex Walchuk to get in the crease for a few minutes, as she's done in the past 2 games.
Unable to clear the zone, kept in by Haas. And that's going to go and get covered up by Anderson Lindsay. 10:36 remaining here in the second period.
Of course, this game is, you would say, the semifinals of the consolation side of the bracket. The other semifinal is going on at the downtown arena. Currently, Newfoundland leads Northwest Territories 2-0 in that one. The winner of these 2 games will meet for the 9th place game. The losers will play for 11th place in the tournament.
Newfoundland trying to get a grudge match victory, losing to the Northwest Territories. I believe it was 4-1 in the preliminaries.
Yeah, they won 4-1. Northwest Territories did, and Newfoundland, outshot every single team that they played, and by a pretty wide margin. So they've done really well on the shots, but they just cannot get the quality shots, and they certainly are putting a couple of those shots in the net against Northwest Territories in the game today.
Bulmer with the puck in her own zone, being pressured here. Tries to get it out, unable to do so. It's kept in by Flynn. And finally, UConn is able to get it out, but it comes all the way down the ice. I believe, icing waved off as the goaltender decides to play it. Seemed like the ref was getting ready to blow the whistle, but coming out to play it was Johnson negating the icing call.
Johnson wants to keep the flow going, and she certainly did it that time. And I appreciate that. I don't like the icing call very much, so I appreciate Johnson playing the puck and allowing the game to continue.
Picking up the puck here is McEachern. McEachern, she takes a shot, gets blocked in front by Piper Fordham. Unable to clear the zone, kept in by Linkletter. Battle along the boards for the puck. Looked like there's about 5 players, and coming away with it was Hanrahan. Shot taken there, and a good stop made by Anderson Lindsay, keeping this deficit just at 2. McCabe going to the net. McCabe gets a shot off, but unable to get that one past Jordan McDonald, who blocked it in front. McCabe gets the puck in deep. McCabe cross-ice pass, beautiful feed back door, and putting it into the back of the net, extending this lead to 3. I believe that was Grayson Handrahan, her second goal of the tournament. It's now 3-0 Prince Edward Island.
Yeah, the Tignish native, Grace in the Handrahan, is able to pot that one away, and a gorgeous feed that time from Gabrielle McDonald. And that is the high-quality scoring chances that you're going to get if you're Prince Edward Island. Goat those passes in towards the center of the goal and have a player streaking in, and that's exactly what happened. Grayson Handerson was on the right side of that one. She got her second goal of the tournament.
They're just getting around to calling the other goal and the second goal, and the third goal is already in the back of the net before then.
That's a very delayed call. That goal happened about 3 or 4 minutes ago, didn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Just a correction on those goals here. The score by AG.
They called it for the wrong team. I'm like, Ostrich. They called Ostrich on the goal, but Ostrich plays for UConn. And I was like, but Ostrich's 18. They must have just flubbed up there when they were recording the goals, and able to correct themselves pretty promptly, though, was the PA announcer. Shot on goal, blocked aside by UConn. Summers takes a shot. That one goes off the side of the net. He gave her a save.
It may have nicked off her stick.
I don't think so. Blatantly went off the side of the goal, but
it's a tough angle from the scorer's booth on the other side of the rink.
Maybe they're trying to give her a record for most saves in a tournament here at the Canada Winter Games.
You think that was talked about before this game, or some of the scorekeepers may be doing on their own?
Maybe. Perhaps. Well, she came into the game. She's leading the entire tournament with 115 saves, playing pretty well the entire tournament almost, and they're giving her some softy saves here, so even ones are going up the side of the net. So maybe.
Yeah, her total's now at 136, and that's got to be pretty close to a record.
Yeah.
As a lot of the teams just flip-flop between their goaltenders. Maybe in the semifinals gold medal game they'll keep their designated starter, but a lot of the top teams have played their goaltenders at least once each, and Wynn Anderson Lindsay has taken the majority of the load for UConn, and she certainly has been rewarded with the amount of saves behind her name.
Puck in the PEI zone, but Prince Edward Island trying to get it out. They do have possession of the puck. Murphy up for Gallant. Already with a goal in this one. She drops it back off to Murphy. Murphy into the blue line. Dumps it off. Shot taken there by Gallant. She'll pick it up. Giveaway here to UConn, and we get a 2-on-2 the other way. Ostrich will bring it in, and she'll flip it in and go off for a change. Gaudette up for Linkletter. Linkletter, she's got Fling going to the net. Linkletter with it on her backhand. Fordham able to take the puck off her stick. And getting it out there was Musil. Shot by McDonald, and the rebound was there momentarily, but realizing it quickly was Maggie Johnston, making her third save of the game.
And it took 14.5 minutes, but finally UConn able to get shot number 1 of the second period. And they slowly progressed to get more shots each game, but they are certainly not on pace to get over 15. They got 14 in their last game against Northwest Territories, but 3 shots over halfway through the game, and this is certainly not looking to be like the offensive chances that I wanted to see from UConn. They had a couple 2-on-1s early on in the game, but just have not gotten anything going, as the second period has been all Prince Edward Island.
Fordham nearly gave it away there, and actually she's going to pick it up in the corners, so PEI getting possession back in the offensive zone to Handerhan. Handerhan walks out in front, backhands it down low. Deegan with it behind the net. She gets taken down by Nicholson. Don't think we're going to get a call on that one, though. Puck up to the point. And that one just squeaks through the wickets of the goaltender. So a shot from the point there from Jacqueline Mix ends up beating Anderson Lindsay, and it extends the lead. It's now 4-0 for Prince Edward Island.
Who got it was Jacqueline Mix who tipped it in front. I think she's going to get credit with this goal, as the tip from the low slot, I think it hit off the stick of Mix and right in between the legs of Wynn Anderson Lindsay. She was square to the puck. She was going to make that initial save. It was not tipped. So a tip goal that time by the Prince Edward Island player, Jacqueline Mix.
So I think it was Paige Mix being given the goal. So not sure if it did get tipped in front or not, because Mix took the shot from the point, so must not have got tipped. Or if it was, just went undetected by the referees. But leading the charge was Paige Deegan, so if it did get tipped by Paige Deegan, she may have been the one getting that goal.
I'm sure they're not super upset about who's going to get the goals and assists on this one. 4-0 the score for Prince Edward Island over UConn in this one. And if we look at the downtown arena, it looks like it is 2-0 still for Newfoundland and Northwest Territories at around that same mark. They're a couple of minutes behind us, but Newfoundland certainly on the right track towards a victory and trying to, like you said, get that grudge match, as Northwest Territories beat them 4-1, so quite handily in my opinion, as we got the opportunity to call that game.
Largerson coming in all alone. Largerson trying to beat the goalie and sends that puck just over the right post, or the left post. Shot from the point, goes off a stick and wide of the net. McEachern over to Thompson. Thompson, she gets tripped up there by McDonald, so we'll get another penalty here. So UConn down by 4, now having to kill off a 2-minute penalty. And PEI scored on their first one, so they'll look to try and do much of the same here.
Yeah, Jordan McDonald will be heading to the box for tripping, as you said. Just got a feet or stick in between the feet. I'm not sure who was the recipient of that tripping penalty, but nonetheless, it was pretty blatant, referee right there, so she will not miss that call. And 1-for-1 is the power play into opportunities for Prince Edward Island in this one, and they scored without 10 seconds. They didn't need more than 10 seconds last time.
Out in front, Gallant gets a tip and banging away at the rebound, and Gallant able to get her first goal of the game. I believe that was her second goal of the game, as she also scored the third one. So another very quick power play goal, and PEI leads this one 5-0.
I believe that's her second power play goal of this period, as she scored the first one as well. And I'm going to continue saying this, that Prince Edward Island on the power play has done very well against UConn. Now 4 for 5 on the power play against the team in black and red. And that one was 14 seconds in, so another quick power play goal, that time by Prince Edward Island.
Well, it wasn't there when Chris Harkness had his talk with Team PEI in the dressing room in between periods, but You got to assume that whatever he said worked because they roared out and scored 5 here in the second to take a commanding 5-0 lead here over UConn.
Yeah, I wonder what the words exactly were, but I imagine it's just like, play your game, it's going to come, it's going to come. They really did dominate the first period in the shots department, although it was only 9-2. Now it's 26-3, so 17-1 the shots in period number 2. So whatever Prince Edward Island's game is, it certainly is working in this one.
I'd be curious to see what the advanced analytics would have to say about this game and how high the corsi would be for a lot of these PEI players. As that shot gets tipped in front and gloved up by Wynn Anderson-Lindsay.
Yeah, there's a lot of offensive zone time for all of these players. So, yeah, the corsi would have to be through the roof. But UConn is lucky enough to get the change once again. There's a bunch of tired bodies there. 27-3, the shots on net once again. UConn just not having anything going offensively and almost no need for the goaltender. Maggie Johnson is just sitting there in the back of the net.
Able to keep it in at the point. McCabe. Cross ice pass. McDonald with a shot and score. I thought that scored, but I think
it hit the
went off the post.
Of the post and went right behind Wynn Anderson-Lindsay. The play stopped for a second. I think Prince Edward Island thought it went in for a second, but UConn quickly just grabbed that puck and said, all right, we're going to keep on taking this. And, yeah, it did not go in. The goal light stayed off. The referee kept her arm down off the inside of the post. He cannot get a whole lot closer than that.
No. And as Coach Bombay would say, 3/4 of an inch the other way, and it's in the back of the net. Beats the tendy, can't beat the post, and this one remains 5-0. 1:34 left in the second period. Puck chipped in along the boards. Bulmer getting to it first for UConn.
And, Mike, going on the trend that we've been going through the whole game, I'm pretty sure that Wynn Anderson-Lindsay got a save on that hitting the post. So it's not more blatant than that one. But 28-3 now the shots on goal.
So they were on pace to get 28 throughout the entire period, or throughout the entire game, now already at that 28 mark, just to show kind of how dominant PEI has been here in the second period. Bulmer brings the puck in offside. Musil just a step over the blue line. We're in the final minute here.
Yeah, some frustration starting to boil for the UConn team, as this certainly has not been their tournament. Now 5-0 down, and they've been on the losing end of a couple big blowouts in that one by Arnika Bulmer. A little bit late as her teammate was already in the zone. She smashed her stick on the ice and looked to this guy that she's clearly upset in this game, as I'm sure is the rest of the UConn team.
Murphy plays it to Gaudette. Gaudette ends up getting the puck knocked off her stick, but ends out in front. Murphy with a backhand shot. Another one, a good rebound opportunity. Coming out in front, Gaudette not able to get a shot off. She receives it back, though, makes a nice move to get around the defender. Another nice move. Gaudette with a couple of chances, and a great save there by Anderson-Lindsay extending. But what outstanding hands Gaudette has.
Yeah, she zigzagged her way through about 3 UConn defenders, just made them all look silly on that one, and Gaudette did everything but beat Wynn Anderson-Lindsay, and she had a couple of chances trying to bang away at the rebound, but Wynn Anderson-Lindsay able to get on top of that puck as quickly as she can and stop Gaudette from getting a likely goal of the tournament if that were to go in the back of the net.
A lot of the time people like to use the phrase she can stick handle in a phone booth, and that's a good time to use that phrase. She can really, seems like she could probably stick handle in the phone booth, just up in tight, able to get around three defenders, but not able to beat the goaltender, Wynn Anderson-Lindsay, making a beautiful stop there to keep this one at a 5-goal deficit. And that's where we stand through 40 minutes of play. A big second period, PEI putting up 5 on the scoreboard as they take a 5-0 lead into period number 3.
Yeah, and thanks to the UConn penalties, the lack of discipline was really a factor in that one, as 2 power play goals that period for Prince Edward Island, a couple even strength ones. And look at the shots on net. It was 9-2 after 1 period of play, now 32-3. So 23-1, the shots on net in favor of Prince Edward Island. And I don't see the game going any other way in this one. 5-0 already the score. And I wonder what the talk is from UConn after this intermission break, but let's see if they can get something on the board. They've never been shut out in a game before, so let's see if they can put one in behind Maggie Johnson, but this game is all Prince Edward Island.
Indeed it is. 20 minutes left in this one, and we will return for the third period here at the 2019 Canada Winter Games. Hello and welcome back to the third period here between Prince Edward Island and Team Yukon Territories. 5 goals scored by PEI there in the second period. That's where we stand. It's their 5-0 heading into the third and final frame here. PEI looking to move on into the placement rounds and try and see if they can lock up a top 10 finish here in this one.
Yeah, it was safe to say that PEI dominated period number 2. The final shot count, I believe, was 29-1 in favor of Prince Edward Island. And that one, Yukon looking to get something going offensively, as they have not found any luck with whatever they've been doing in the first 40 minutes. And hopefully they can put one in the net, as they have yet to be shut out in this tournament so far. They lost 13-1 to Prince Edward Island last time they faced. And hopefully they can at least get one in this game, make it a little more interesting.
And that puck comes all the way down the ice. Just real quick, what's going on in the other Group C matchup. Newfoundland up 3-0 over the Northwest Territories. Obviously, the winners of both of these ones will be facing off against each other for 9th and 10th place, and the losers facing off for 11th and 12th place. As it stands right now, it looks like it would be Yukon and Northwest Territories up for grabs for 11 and 12, and then Newfoundland and PEI will be battling for 9 and 10. But we still have another period to go before we can say that those are final.
Yeah,
you
the winner.
never know.
Yeah, you never really know. I've seen crazier things happen in sports, but this one certainly is a mountain to climb for Yukon. The winner of this game will be in the 9th place game. That's going to be at the Downtown Arena at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and 2:30 p.m. the 11th place game, featuring the losers of those 2 games at Connects Arena, that we haven't really seen a whole lot in this tournament.
Puck down low for Hawes. Centering pass, and that one's just going to get gloved up real quick by Anderson Lindsay. And we kind of talked about it in the second period, if we would at all see Alex Walchuk come into the net. And we'll take a look to see if maybe she ends up here. Before we discuss, it's only 2-0, still sizable. They could come back and win this one at 5-0. Maybe a little tougher to come back. Maybe Alex Walchuk gets a few more minutes of ice time here in the third period. Something to keep an eye on.
I certainly would like to see Alex Walchuk get a little bit more time. She's only played about 10 minutes in this tournament thus far, by far the lowest amount, besides maybe, or I guess now that we can say it was Rebecca Bridges of Northwest Territories, the backup for the emergency backup, we can say. But Walchuk now certainly wants to get some time. It's never fun just to see your team struggle on the bench, and I'm sure she wants to get out there and play hockey, as do all the players here. So hopefully we can see Walchuk get a little bit of time here. But I do understand that she is only 11 years old, and it's a very young age to be playing at such high-quality tournament. So it will ultimately be up to the coaches of Yukon Territory. But like I said, we hope to see her.
And she'll be able to compete here for Team Yukon at the 2021 games, or the 2023 games, sorry. In comes Nicholson, in over the blue line. Nicholson, she takes a shot, blockered away by Johnston. Maybe the toughest save that Johnston's had to make all night. Just 4 shots directed her way.
Yeah, it took Yukon 15.5 minutes to get their first shot in period number 2. It only took them 2.5. So hopefully the offense is slowly going to start coming, and we can see a little more progression in the offense from Yukon. But like I said, a mountain to climb if they want to have any chance of getting back into this game.
Kirk up to Ostrick. Ostrick can't get it past, and almost caught on a line change here, but Bulmer doing a good job coming off the bench to break up that scoring chance for Deegan. Ostrick tries to get it out. She does. Gets it out to the opponent's blue line. It's Chisholm back for it. Chisholm up to Deegan. In over the blue line. She's got someone going to the net. It's Flynn. Flynn not able to get a stick on it. Looks like Bulmer tied her stick up, and she wasn't able to put it where she wanted it. Coming away with it now is Yukon. Lees in over the blue line.
We saw a lot of Lee's speed in the first period, not really a whole lot of it in the second period, and that's got to be something that Yukon has to work around, is the speed of Lees, that she can really skate past a lot of the defenders. Lees, as well as I believe it's number 15, Maddie Nicholson are really the two top players on this UConn team. They got to work together and try and get something going for this UConn attack.
McDonald trying to keep the puck in. Taken away, though, by the PEI. Hanrahan tries to get up for McCabe. Trying to get past Bulmer, and Bulmer using an active stick to get her off the puck, but able to pick it back up is McCabe. Over for McDonald. McDonald with a shot and gloved up easily there by Wynn Anderson Lindsay. Lots of McDonald's all over the country. I feel like every single game there's at least a couple McDonald's on one of the teams.
Yeah, I think Northwest Territories has a couple on their team, another one on the UConn team. So maybe it's just a northern thing, but like you said, it's certainly all around the country are McDonald's, and it's a pretty popular last name. It's certainly tough for us broadcasters when there is like 4 or 5 on the ice.
Wonder if any of them own a farm. Well,
That would be quite the coincidence, and I'm sure somebody has a farm.
I mean, you look at the pretty rural areas out in Yukon. Maybe somebody has, well, not quite a farm because this would be a little too cold to have a farm, but Prince Edward Island, pretty rural place. Maybe they have a farm there. 5 minutes off the clock here in period number 3. PEI still leading it 5-0. Ostrick with it for UConn. Puck comes loose, comes up to Stewart. Stewart doesn't elect to pass it, elects to shoot it instead. Blocked in front there by Morin. Puck sent all the way down the ice, and looks like it's going to go for an icing call. So we'll bring play back into the UConn zone. 14:27 left here in the third period.
We want to apologize for the technical difficulties we are experiencing on the scoreboard for the live stream. It's 14.5 minutes, not 12.5. The clock has not been running. We're looking to get that fixed as soon as possible. 5-0 the score, so that part of the scoreboard is right, but it is 14.5 minutes left to go here at the Centrium Arena.
And just like that, right off the draw, able to knock in her second of the game is Chloe Hawes. 5th goal of the tournament, which I believe ties her for the scoring lead for goals here at this tournament. Prince Edward Island now up 6-0.
Yeah, that one got caught in the feet of Anna Lund, and she didn't know where it was. She tried to skate away and think that it was behind her. Unfortunately, it was right in between the skate, and that time it was Chloe Haas who was able to get that rebound and get it past the outstretched Wynn Anderson Lindsay.
And actually, that puts her ahead now with 5 goals here in the tournament. She is leading all skaters with 5 goals here at the 2019 Canada Games.
She does have a game in hand on a lot of the heavy hitters in the offensive category, and we'll see a lot of them later on tonight, including Julia Gosling and Kaylin Yokums, both have 4 goals, and we get to call that game right after this one, or excuse me, at 7:30. That one's going to be Ontario, Saskatchewan. That's certainly going to be a good game to watch. British Columbia, New Brunswick also here at the Centrium Arena at 4:30 is another great quarterfinal that you're going to want to check out.
And Jenna Buglione, another player with 4 goals in this tournament, and she'll be looking to try and chase now Chloe Haas down for the tournament lead in goals. Certainly a terrific player for Team British Columbia. We'll see that one at 4 o'clock. 13:47 left here in this one. Puck down in deep. Trying to get to it is McDonald. She does, but loses it to Deegan. Chisholm sends it on net, doesn't quite make it, ends up in the corner. Bulmer chasing in after it. Bulmer, give away to Deegan. Bulmer able to scoop up the loose change in behind her net, and she'll send it down the ice. And looks like this one's going to go down for an icing. Nope, icing waved off. Once again, Maggie Johnston coming out to play it to negate the icing call. Maybe she's just looking to get this game done and over with, allow them a couple more minutes of rest before tomorrow's matchup.
Yeah, of course, tomorrow's matchup, although maybe not the game they wanted to be playing in Prince Edward Island, 9th place game, but certainly a game that you want to win. You want to come out as high as ranked as possible. And ninth place is not something to be too upset about from the small province of Prince Edward Island.
And a shot for the point from Mix, easily gloved up there by Anderson Lindsay. 12:38 remaining here in this one. PEI with a 7-0 lead.
39-4 the shots on goal, so another high volume shot count that time for Wynn Anderson Lindsay, as she has already made about 9 saves, I believe, or 10, excuse me, in this third period, while UConn has only fired 1 on Maggie Johnston.
Haas down low. Trying to get it out now is Morin. She's able to do so, gets it up to Nicholson. Nicholson skates past one PEI defender, but Mix able to get to the puck and put it around for Largison. Shot from the point there, and a block there. Sliding was Gaudette. Nicholson flips that puck down the ice. She'll come off for a change, get some fresh legs out there. Zoe Lees, the speedster, coming out onto the ice for UConn. And that's going to be an icing call, unable to connect on that pass. So UConn with a good opportunity here to get on the scoreboard with an offensive zone face-off.
Yeah, a couple of players trying to sneak one by the officials, as a bunch of Prince Edward Island players were quickly going to the bench as they wanted to get off for a change. A bunch of tired bodies out there in the white and green. This is the chance for UConn. Try and win the face-off and get some possession and try and get something going.
Unable to do so. Coming the other way is Largison. She takes a shot on goal, and a stop there by Anderson Lindsay. Puck's in the glove. 11:26 remaining here. 7-0 PEI leads it. Looking to book their ticket into the 9th place game for another top 10 finish here at the Canada Winter Games. Puck one back. Aiken unable to hold the line. Gaudette sends it in deep. Chasing in after it, Murphy out in front. Gallant on the rebound. Puck still loose, and not too sure where it is at the side of the net now. And a couple of good chances for PEI to extend the lead, but up to the task was Anderson Lindsay, and away comes Lees the other way.
Yeah, one of the worst moments for a goaltender to realize is putting your puck down or a glove down, expecting the puck to be under it, and seeing your player still fight for the puck, knowing that you don't have it and you don't know where it is. But fortunately for the UConn defenders, they were able to find that puck for Anderson Lindsay and get that up the ice and try and get a rush, but Prince Edward Island again is able to clear the zone.
Coming in over the line now is Bulmer. Getting bumped off the puck though. McDonald able to get it back for UConn. Tries to ring it around the boards, but it's picked up by Chisholm. Kept in at the blue line by Bulmer. Battle on the boards for the puck now. It comes loose. Bulmer with it. Chisholm going back for the puck. Tries to ring it around the boards, and she's able to get it out. Up with it now is McCabe. McCabe in over the blue line. She's got Flynn with her. McCabe. Draped on her was Bulmer, not allowing her to get the pass off. Down low, give and go there, and not able to get the shot off was McDonald. McEachern back to McDonald. Tries to feed McCabe out in front, knocked away by Bulmer. And that one gets out to about center ice. UConn able to make a couple of changes. And it looks like PEI is going to do the same. Ostrick with it. Can't get it past the linesman. Largison coming in 1-on-2. Largison has someone going to the net. Unable to center it though. Bulmer doing a good job. Puck picked up by Thompson, centering pass, nobody there. Ostrich trying to get it now for UConn, but Largeson able to get it up to Mix. Mix already with 1 goal in this one from the point. And that puck's going to get gobbled up there by the UConn goaltender.
Bit of a equipment malfunction that time for Wynn Anderson-Lindsay. Freezing that puck and quickly throwing off her glove. She is a couple of loose straps, it looks like, on the left pad of Anderson-Lindsay. And that is certainly something to be concerned about, but that looks to be fixed up as soon as possible. We'll be able to drop that puck for another faceoff.
One of the things that's been a real bright spot on Prince Edward Island is their defensive corps. And you look at Maya Chisholm with 3 goals in the tournament. Jacqueline Mix scored her first of the tournament. Rory Aiken with a couple of goals. That's 6 goals here out of the Prince Edward Island defensemen.
And yeah, speaking of Maya Chisholm, she describes herself as a pretty steady defenseman, and we certainly have seen her defensive abilities in this game, but she said she loves to join the rush when needed, and she has a pretty heavy slap shot as well. That is definitely a part of why she has 3 goals in this tournament, leads the defenseman of the whole tournament, as Maya Chisholm is no stranger to putting the puck in the net as well. It looks like we're finally ready to go. Wynn Anderson-Lindsay gives the all good, and she's ready to go, and so are we here in the broadcast booth and the players on the ice.
Mick shot blocked in front by Morin. Puck up to Ostrich. 1-on-1. Ostrich trying to get past Gaudette, or Summers, and Summers able to strip her from the puck. Gallant tips it past the defenseman Fordham. 3-on-2. Gallant able to get it over to Murphy, but can't handle that pass cleanly. Murphy ends up with it again. Murphy shot on net, and a good stop there. That was Gaudette who had the opportunity. Kept in at the line by Aiken. She'll send it in deep. Fordham getting to it first. Murphy out in front, and a good stop there by Anderson-Lindsay. And that puck finally is going to get tipped by Ostrich and down the ice. She'll go off for a change, get some new bodies out there for the UConn team. Shot on goal, and a quick glove stop there made by Anderson-Lindsay. Her 30, that just changed there, so 39th save of the game.
And Anderson-Lindsay is certainly making a push for the record amount of saves that she, like you said, had to make 39 so far. And although she has led into quite a few goals in this tournament, she's faced a lot of shots, and she certainly made the saves that you expect a goaltender make, and that's what you expect as a coach. And she certainly has done her very best in this tournament. It's tough when you face that much pucks towards you, but she certainly has kept her head up and made the saves when she had to.
Deegan has Flynn going to the net. Linkletter calling for the puck. Deegan fans on the pass. Plays it down the boards for Flynn. Tries a centering pass, but UConn able to come up with it. Sent down the ice now. Deegan. Cross ice over to McEachern. McEachern in over the blue line. Able to dish it off. Hanrahan with it now. Tries a centering pass. No one there. Comes up to Chisholm. Back for Murphy. Murphy knocked off the puck, but she'll retrieve it once again. Puck's kind of loose up in her skates as she runs into her own player. Puck flipped down the ice now by UConn, allowing them to make a change. 6:09 remaining here. PEI with a 7-0 lead, and a shot blockered away there by Anderson-Lindsay. Linkletter, shot goes wide. Able to keep it in at the point, though, is Summers. Arnica Bulmer. In over the blue line, Bulmer, she'll take a shot, and that goes off the stick of Mixon behind the net. McDonald trying to get it out, and it looked like Thompson was looking for the long stretch pass. Was actually in behind both defensemen, but wasn't able to get it past the defenders.
Good defensive play that time. Tough on the stick, and it looked like Thompson was trying to just lift the stick up and thought it would be a lot easier than it was, as a good defensive play to keep that puck in the Prince Edward Island zone.
Largeson sends it in deep. Thompson chasing in after it. And that puck's going to come all the way down, but it's on net, so it's not going to be an icing. Although Maggie Johnson seems to be playing the puck anyways when it's coming down, so she probably would have played it regardless. Aiken tries to feed Thompson in her skates, so able to pick it up is the captain. Here comes Nicholson. Nicholson with a shot, and a good stop there by Johnston.
It's tough in a game this time for Maggie Johnson when your team has the same amount of goals as the other team has shots, but she certainly has been ready for whenever UConn has had the opportunities, and they have had a couple good chances, and that was another one by Maggie Johnson of UConn. Another good save by, or excuse me, Maggie Johnson of Prince Edward Island saved Maddie Nicholson of UConn, and it was another good save and squared up to the puck really well, and Maggie Johnson will freeze that one up for another faceoff.
So Nicholson waved out of the draw. UConn able to win it, but then PEI able to regain possession. Murphy tries to get up to Gaudette. She'll chase in after it. Getting to it first, though, is going to be McConnell. Gaudette. Plays it around down low. Centering pass for Murphy, and that one goes off the side of the post and into the back of the net, extending the lead to 8-0 here in period number 3, just under 4 minutes remaining.
Yeah, that's just an unfortunate bounce that time for Wynn Anderson. Lindsay didn't really know where the puck was, and all of a sudden she looked back and it was in the back of the net. So a big goal that time for Lexi Murphy getting her first of the tournament, but unfortunately it comes in an 8-0 game. So it doesn't mean as much as she may have wanted it to, but nonetheless, it is 8-0 for Prince Edward Island.
And just a quick update on what's going on over at the Downtown Arena in Newfoundland with a 3-0 lead over the Northwest Territories. Just over 5 minutes remaining in that one. So once again, as it stands, it'll still end up being Newfoundland and Prince Edward Island. Then the Northwest Territories will face UConn in a territory battle.
A couple really good games that will determine the placement of the bottom 4 teams. And at this point, UConn is going to progress on their game against Prince Edward Island last time, and hopefully they can even progress on their game against Northwest Territories when they play them tomorrow. As it stands, of course, Northwest Territories could overcome that deficit, but it looks like that will be the game. And then it was 7-1 between Northwest Territories and UConn, so hopefully they can maybe limit to 5 goals and maybe score a couple on their own. And even, I'm going to say, try and come away with a win, as UConn certainly would like to do that in their last game, come away with some sort of victory in this one.
So we said UConn wanted to try and limit them to 50 shots. And with 3:15 to go, PEI up to the 50-shot mark.
So 4 games for UConn in 4 games where Wynn Anderson Lindsay has faced a lot of rubber.
Although very loose 50 shots, as we've discussed throughout this broadcast. And looks like McConnell is going to get a tripping call here as soon as UConn touches the puck. Mix.
Maggie Johnson has no interest in going back to the bench. She'll just make this 5-on-5 until UConn touches the puck.
She's barely had to, and looks like everyone's calling for her, and she's like, oh, it's 8-0. We don't really need the extra man anyways. Because once you get down to this, it doesn't matter how many goals you score. At least in round robin, it makes a little bit of sense because goal differential counts as one of the tiebreakers. So But at this point, in this stage in the tournament, whether you score 8 goals, 1 goal, 4 goals, you're going to end up in the same spot. And eventually able to finally touch it up as she covers it up as Anderson Lindsay. So PEI will go to the power play with 2:15 remaining. They'll look to try and extend the lead once again.
PEI 2 for 2 on the power play so far against UConn, and UConn just have not done very well on the penalty kill all game. They've let up a power play goal in every one of their games so far and have given up 2 in their past 3 games so far. So hopefully they can buckle down and kill this one off. But a very good Prince Edward Island power play is on the man advantage once again.
She's not on the ice right now, but somebody I'd be looking for is Tiana Gallant. Has both of the power play goals. Maybe she'll look to get a power play hat trick in this one. Like I said, right now, currently sitting on the bench, waiting her turn as the power play unit makes a swap. Coming in over the blue line now, Hanrahan with it. Hanrahan with some speed, centering pass, knocked away, ends up at the side of the net, and Bulmer able to clear it down the ice. Pass up for Largison. Largison in over the blue line. Came into this game as the points leader for the tournament.
The last minute of play in the third period.
And we're in the final minute here. Haas. Down low for Thompson. Back up to Chisholm. Talked about it earlier. Chisholm has a booming shot. Maybe we'll see it here on the power play. And rebound cleared away by Bulmer. Chisholm takes a shot on net. Doesn't quite make it. Ends up in some traffic. Ostrich able to strip her of the puck and send it down the ice. 17 seconds left here in the man advantage. Just 30 seconds left in the game. Hawes able to find Stewart. Stewart in over the blue line. Back to 5-on-5 here for the remaining 15 seconds. Back to Stewart. Down low, Thompson trying to feed Goddad, who tries a wraparound attempt, and it works. She scores. And adding to it once again, that one's going to be a 5-on-5, so they don't have a perfect power play, but still able to score, and it's now 9-0, just 6 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, like you said, not the perfect power play. 9 seconds of 5-on-5 after the player from North UConn came into the ice, but the pressure was still on in the UConn territory, and the wraparound chance by Godet is successful, and you don't see it very often in today's hockey game, but another successful chance by Prince Edward Island and making it 9-0. 53 shots on net for Prince Edward Island in this one, and that's how we're going to end this one. Prince Edward Island is heading to the 9th place game against likely Newfoundland, who are up 3-0 with 2.5 left to go at the downtown arena. And that'll be a good game against 2 pretty solid Maritimes provinces, and the Battle of the Territories will be happening at Connects Arena tomorrow between UConn and Northwest Territories as it stands right now.
And we'll be back later today, 4 p.m. Mountain Time, 6 p.m. Eastern for British Columbia against New Brunswick. And that one going to be for a chance to move on to the semifinals. But that's to do it for this one. Final score, Prince Edward Island 9, UConn 0. Signing off, I'm Mike DiStefano for Zach DeWeird. Have a good night, folks.